Hello everyone, welcome to your Aquarius new moon reading, and this new moon is going to be on February 1st of 2022. It'll be around 12:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when it's going to be at its fullest. So for some of you in the western part of the United States, of course, that is going to be on the evening of January 31st, and wherever you're at in the world, of course. But this new moon has wonderful Aquarian energy coming in. It is an energy of independence. So when you're looking at help that's going to be coming your way around this new moon, it's going to be more coming from like groups rather than an individual. So that's kind of that Aquarian energy. They're more group oriented than, individuals. The new moon energy also has this kind of push to flow with any changes that are coming in around this new moon. And it's kind of this advice to step back from situations, cool down, and have like this rational look at current situations, not all that heated emotion flowing through there. So you can allow things to develop and try thinking from a different angle. So all that kind of energy is coming in. There's an affirmation. I love these Moonology decks that Yasmin Bullen puts out, and this is the Manifestation Oracle. And so you can see here, this is the new moon in Aquarius that's coming up. And the affirmation that she mentions in her little book that comes with this deck says, "There's only one of me, and it's safe to be me. And I love me." So I really, really like that one. And so with all these new moon cycles, of course, every 28, 29, 30 days, we have that new cycle of the moons that happen that go from new moon to the quarter moon to the full moon to the third quarter moon, back to the new moon again. So there's always this fluctuation there, but within each of the signs as well, there is a 6-month cycle. So this is the ending of a cycle that happened like over a year ago. But we have the full moon in Aquarius that happened back in 2021. In fact, we had 2 full moons in Aquarius, one after one another in 2021, which doesn't happen quite often. And so we had July 23rd, and then the blue moon in Aquarius on August 22nd. So if you look around those dates and in between those dates, you can kind of look and see what kind of changes were happening, because this one, the full moon energy for back in that time, was about being real. It was about opening up to clarity around circumstances in our life, separating our ego's influence from the capital T truths of the reality of a situation. There was this balancing between the heart and the mind, and this balancing of being real versus trying to please all of the people all the time. The affirmation for those back in that energy was, "The truth empowered you and it set you free." So there was this setting free of something going on around July 23rd through August 22nd or thereabouts. And so since then, all the way up to this new moon, you've been working on all that energy of being more real, of seeing things more clearly, seeing beyond the ego and what your ego was saying something meant, like what story you were putting around a situation. And the clarity came over these last 6 months, which allows you to come in to this new energy where you're allowing the changes to happen with all this information that you gathered during that. So we're going to dive into each of the individual zodiac signs and just see what the Creator wants you to know about this new moon and about what these changes are and what you can go with the flow with. So we'll jump into your specific reading right now. All right, all my Pisces, this is your Aquarius new moon reading. We're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Spirit Junkie cards here. And we're just going to see what the Creator wants you to know. Just any clarity around what did clear up through the last 6 months and what changed or changes are you encouraged to flow through or flow with? Just one more time here. Okay. They are excited to give you messages. Cards are flying out already. All right, so for our Pisces, what do you want them to know about? What clarity came and what changes they can flow with? Okay. This one here, and actually, yep, there's going to be, so you actually got 3 of these come through, so we will take a look at these. And so first, you have this one here, beautiful greens. It says, I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. So this, of course, is what you got clarity around, which is your need to be right. So that is what was going on around July and August time frames. And then you say, okay, beautiful, another beautiful card here. Try not to get glare on there. And it says, I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. So that is definitely this flow that's coming in for you, is giving grace, allowing people to feel what they want to feel, think what they want to think, giving yourself and others grace, and going, you know what? Anything is possible these days, you know, especially if we're going off of news, if we're going off of social media or the internet. We're like, you know what? There's contradictory stuff all over the place. And it's like, even if I was there, I used to say, you know, I don't know if something's true unless I was there. But I changed that because it used to be, you know, it's changed to where even if I'm there, I'm seeing through the filter of my own conditioning and my beliefs and my ego from the past, right? So I see the world through my eyes. In fact, there was this, I think it was the Kabbalist that I heard a little excerpt that he said, and he provided some scientific information about that the human brain takes in through our 5 senses like just this billions or this million amount of bytes of information a second, not a minute, but a second. And our brain can only process like 0.0000000000003% or something like that. It's very, very minimal. So we don't really know what's going on. Our brain is only giving us a small, minute piece of it. So I love how this, is coming into this. Yep. And then you have this card here, which talks about it's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. And like I said in the intro, it'll be coming from group, not necessarily like a one-on-one situation. We're on this new moon anyway. So I love this, that it's okay to ask for support and ask for assistance as well. And this beautiful energy comes around with this openness and this grace that you've been giving others throughout the 6 months. It allows others not to feel defensive around you because you haven't been touting all of your small t truths, saying that I need to be right and I need to prove that my small t truths are more truer than your small t truths. So this is what this is all about here. And because of that, there is this grace that is coming. And so don't be afraid to ask for help where you need it, because people do want to help you because they see this heart of yours, this new, I kind of feel like this redness and this pink here is like your high heart, your beautiful, passionate, compassionate heart. And because of that, because of these changes that you've made, people are have their walls down where they're willing to reach out their hand because they don't think it's going to get bit or get slapped away. We're also going to put some cards here from the Good Tarot. Just see what else the Creator wants you to know around this new moon. And this can be like a week before the new moon up to 2 weeks after. Especially with you, Pisces, you are so connected to the moon because of your water energy. You feel the moon like no other. Well, like the other water signs. Wow, okay. So you've got this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, actually there's 5 there. Okay. And any others? I feel like there was going to be like one more. Yep, there it is. Okay. So let's get these all in line here, and we'll start with this one here. You got the 7 of fire, which would be the 7 of wands in a regular deck. And the 7 of wands is really all about defensiveness. So I like that we already talked about this, and it actually says defenselessness here. And what that really, this message that's coming in here, sorry for the glare there, is really about small t truths of our ego our ego feels like they have to be defended because we have to feel like we're right, because if we're wrong, then our ego has so many accusations and so many judgments against us about our worth, about our lovability, our acceptability, and we're like, oh my gosh, if that's wrong, what else is wrong in my life? And oh my gosh, we feel out of control, and that little child within us triggers the alarms because it feels uncomfortable and it feels out of control, and then that's when all that fight or flight kicks in, and that's when all that fighting and defensiveness or running, that fight or flight kicks in. So I like that this came up here, because this is about that you have the vantage point. You can see the unicorns on top of the mountain here, which that's the best vantage point in a fight, because if you're fighting uphill, that's like a losing battle, because the people at the top have the advantage. And so this is about really you've connected to more and more to your capital T truths. All that clarity has come over the last 6 months to where you're really getting connected to that unconditional love within you, those higher spiritual truths that are all about unconditional love and grace, and so it's this beautiful transformation that you've happened where you don't even feel you need to defend, because you're at a vantage point that you don't need to defend anymore. So I really love that for you. And then you have the 9 of air, which would be the 9 of swords in a regular tarot, the standard tarot. And the 9 of swords is kind of what's known as the nightmare card, or the where you can't sleep at night. What is that called? My mind went totally blank. But yeah, so insomnia, there you go, insomnia card. And it has to do with all these thoughts and all these beliefs have been keeping your mind in a loop where you can't sleep, or you have nightmares about things that you were fearing before. And so this clarity also came during these last 6 months around this feeling, around all these expectations, because all those things are the conditioning that I was talking about, all our expectations. Because air is our mind, and so those are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our, like I said, expectations, all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos that our ego feels it had to defend before, and now you've realized and questioned that all this defensiveness you were feeling was because you were told that something was supposed to be true, and you don't even know if it is or not. You just took it on as a child, like we all do, of all those thoughts and beliefs that had been passed down from generation to generation, right? And we just took them on as truth when have over this last 6 months been digging into understanding what truth really is, capital T truths, not things that we've been told by, anyone in political places, anyone in teaching, even in churches and everything else, any organized religions. We realize that if man was involved in it, in portraying it to us or explaining it to us, there might have been some ego in there, and there might have been some fear and some control. So we've learned over these last 6 months to really question with our heart and get out of our minds so much, so that we connect with this personal relationship with the Creator. And in doing that, we find these capital T truths that are so much higher than this earth's little small t truths that bring us stress. When you connect to those higher capital T truths, you feel unconditional love, grace, joy, laughter, and peace that surpasses all understanding. Whereas when we're connected to any of these small T truths and expectations, like I said, we are definitely stressed out, and that's why we couldn't sleep and stuff before. But there's this beautiful transformation that's been happening with all those. Yeah, because here comes the Ace of Earth, or the Ace of Pentacles. And this means new opportunities, new things coming. So I really feel like this was the work that you did over the last 6 months. And with this new moon coming, now there's these new opportunities where you didn't see opportunities before because of this work that you did. And this new, I don't want to say communication. That's more air. This is like, it's just opportunities are coming. So you might get communication about new opportunities coming in for you. And where there was these blocks before where you didn't feel you could get around them, it was like this giant rock in the middle of your path. Because of your expanding your viewpoints, you're able to see like, oh, well, that's just a rock in the middle. I can just go around it, and there's this beautiful awareness that's coming with this new moon, offering these new opportunities for you in your life. Yep, and you have the Patience card, which is card number 14. I think that would be normally Temperance or Judgment. Well, Patience would be Temperance, because that's that balancing, that's this allowing, all things. And I know patience is kind of like a dirty word, right? But this is about this beautiful allowing, everything we talked about, this flow and this balance, not freaking out about things, just understanding that balance of heart and mind. Everything we talked about in the introduction was a lot about this beautiful balance of things. And so with all of that, you do have this calmness that comes in, this flow that comes in with these new opportunities. And they will come, but it is saying be patient about these new opportunities coming in. Don't push them. Don't try to control them. Just allow them and go with the flow of this new opportunity that's coming in. Yeah, because you have the Hanged Man. So yeah, this is all about seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from that higher perspective than you had before. So this would be seeing things from those capital T truths rather than the small T truths. So these new opportunities come in. Try not to assign the same story that you've always assigned it before, that, oh, well, this is coming, so this is what this means. Go with the flow of it. Try not to define it. Try not to control it. Try not to put it into a box. Allow it to be what it is, and try to connect to that higher realm. Try to connect to your higher self, to the spirit world, whether it's your guardian angels and angels, or spirit guides, or your loved ones on the other side, or your ancestors, or the creator, or spirit, or Holy Spirit, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. Connect up to that, because allow this to unfold in a beautiful way instead of like it's like I just had this vision of checking the oven every 5 minutes to see if something's done. And when you do that, you're letting heat out, which delays it getting done. And so it's like, just allow it to unfold, and just step by step, not all 500 steps, just one step at a time, and go with the flow of it. And then you have the 8 of Fire, which would be the 8 of Wands. And this is beautiful too, because this is about new energy coming in, movement coming in. So there's going to be movement happening with this. But this is also, fire is like your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, your passion, which you had the 7 of Fire down there. The other thing it is your spiritual energy. And this is about receiving messages from spirit as well. So I like that these cards came out together, because this is about connecting to your higher realm and listening to the messages that are coming in. And this is like in the same row of where it said, it's okay to ask for help. People want to support you. And so this is them saying that the people that want to support you is this spiritual realm, is your angels and guides and loved ones on the other side, and spirit and the creator. You have this great, all these beautiful orbs of light that are hanging around you that do want to assist you. So don't be afraid to ask. You are worthy to ask of them for assistance. You can ask for guidance, for signs, for answers, and whatever is meant for you will not pass you by. And if you keep your eye open, and if you step out of that chaos of the, chaotic world, that stormy world that's going on out there, and come into this center of the storm, purposely raise your vibration to one of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. You can hear their messages very, very clearly, especially around this new moon in Aquarius for you. So this is beautiful. I love that you're going to have some new opportunities coming in, and coming in fast and around this new moon. But definitely don't be afraid to ask them for assistance, and just because they won't meddle with your free will. If you just ask them of your own free will, hey, today, come meddle in my life. Bring me the experiences that are going to, be of the highest of unconditional love, and for my experiences here for me and the world. And, if you have specific questions, like, before I was saying if you feel like there's a block and you don't see the opportunities, ask them to show you, and they will. They'll open your viewpoint and go, oh, wow, I didn't even see that answer to that, situation that's coming up. So I really, really like this for you. All right, Pisces, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. I do want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign. Also, weekly energy updates by each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc. These new moon, full moon readings, and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, and also if you want to help share the love, if you give this video a like, and then also, if you click the subscribe button and then the notification bell, that will allow you to set your settings to be notified. And doing all of that also allows the YouTube algorithm to share these videos with other people. So that's how you can help share the love as well. So just know, as you are going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing new moon. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.